Hello and welcome to the next episode of this our series, which is all about Lego Room and Course My Life. But this is part 2 of a 3-part special. We have our special guest here, who is the display artist himself, Mr. Jay's Toy Collection.
Hello,
UK.
hello. I'm still here. He hasn't let me go, and I found more curved tracks, so that's a clue what I'm going to be doing.
Right, so what he is, catch up with what happened in episode number 1 of this 3-part. We have managed to get some of the base plates down, get some of the track down, and we are now kind of stuck because these bigger bits actually need to move for the base plates to go down. But for you able to do that, I actually now need to add in new callaxes. But luckily, the stuff that is actually on the roller coaster track is going to be part of the Lord of the Rings display. So, as you can see with the name and title of this video, we are going to be adding in a Lord of the Rings-esque diorama into a, hopefully, 2 deep callax. So I've got 2 callaxes to build in this big gap over here. Jay's going to be carrying on with the track over here. And then hopefully, we can get all these little bits and pieces moved in the middle. So, with that being said, let's get to it. Right, so I'm leaving you to Jay. I'm going to carry on building some callaxes because they are not very, very exciting. And then hopefully by the time I've built 1 or 2 of them, Jay, well, we'll have most of this track done.
We'll see. Right, so we'll work on a bit of a switch track. We worked out in the previous upload it couldn't go at the back because of the size of the new T-Rex skeleton box that you've seen there. That thing is going to go at the back, and if we put switch track in, it'd have nothing to stand on. So Matt is coming through in a bit of a demonstration now of what I was talking about there.
This massive thing just here. So it is 105 centimetres or 41 inches in length. We've seen it in person and it is massive. But the stand that it is on, so you can see just here, will be there or thereabouts the length of our straight at the back. So it should work nicely, but we will, as a reminder, place that at the back because we think the width, the depth of that box is actually the depth of the stand, so we can use it as a good spacer.
And it's a bit like Inception here, because I'm sure there's probably already an unboxing video of that set on the channel by the time you see this footage. So make sure you go and check that out. Because we're of course filming all over the place here as we try and get all these different displays done at once. So I will get back to my track. So we couldn't get the switch at the back, but we're going to go switch at the front, I think, either into the side, or we're going to do like a bit of a facade into the Jurassic Park gates, because they are a nice thing to see. Now, of course, in the 3 3/4 inch world, not the 6-inch world, you would have seen you had a crowdfunder from Mattel for the Jurassic Park gates. And my good friend Mr. Dan, who reviews here on YouTube, was more than devastated when it did not fund, and we do not have one in the other scale. But Lego do have you covered, because you've got a rather large set of Jurassic Park gates here. So Matt was going to be the only one to have a full set of Jurassic Park gates going on.
So I'm just chomping on a sandwich in the background.
There was a lovely selection of sandwiches have just arrived as well up the stairs. Shout out the chef. So I'm going to try and see if I can, as I say, find this additional switch track, because we thought we had 4, and now we have 5, which was the exact amount we actually needed. So
fantastic. That
turned into a bit of a Bertie bonus, if I like to say. So I'm going to get this in. So I've still got the carousel slap banging away. We'll deal with that in due course. But I'm going to start curving this track. Oh, we could curve them both. We can make very fancy shapes now. I've got curved track.
Will it be easier placing the gates where you think the track's going to go?
I'm going to potentially, I'm just going to see what curve I can get and see how tight I can get the curve, really, to be honest, and see what we can do. So this carousel, again, slap bang in the way. Just move that ribbon down a few inches to get me just a corner there. Right, got an man van and put him on the track for the minute. There you go, you can see what we're trying to achieve here. Right, you come, carousel, get out of my way. Yeah, that will go in nicely. Oh, now we've got the curve track. This is a game changer. I think potentially. Ooh. Now if we only have at the moment, as I only had 2 of the switch tracks going in the same direction, because I bought a pack and I had one spare from a train set, but the other one I'm using in the Wild West section. If we did have a switch track going the other way, we could get potentially a connection point down this side where I've sort of bodged in the Ant-Man van. Otherwise, because now I've started to curve it in, you can see how the gate
Yeah.
could go into it here. But I'm going to have to move some of these sets, I think, to get any further within this. And Matt has just literally lugged up his first IKEA box of the Kallax.
Yeah, which is nothing exciting. So I think because the plan is it's just going to be 2 Kallaxes being built, it's not fun. It's going in a very, very small gap. It's going to be a right royal pain in the ass. There's going to be a lot of swearing, and I can't be bothered to bleep everything out. So magically, just like that. Right, so anything exciting, but the first one is in, so that's one it looks like. The second one is nearly done between me and Jay. We've actually managed to get these built, because let's be honest, Jay, it's not the easiest thing to build in this room, is it?
No, I've probably built over 70 Kallax in my life, but I always use the living room, a nice spacious area. So we've built in a area that's less than a metre here. So it's been rather tricky trying to build it against the instructions, because you want to build these flat so you don't snap the dowels. But we've had to build it, what can only be described as fully erect. So
it is fully erect.
But they are nearly there. So we've got a bit of a sweat on in the loft in the space we've had, but they are nearly together.
That's it, they're nearly in. So we're getting there slowly, and hopefully, well, this won't fit in. We've got the depth, which is something I didn't actually measure, by the way. I didn't have time. So the depth does work. We've got a couple of inches spare behind them, which is great.
Yeah,
so
we measured the width. That was
bring it all the way forwards, which is perfect.
There we go. That is in lovely.
So we can get them.
That's on the last screw now.
That's it, the last
But
one.
he's going to have to straddle the loft ladders.
Yeah, so it's not exactly. It's not safe.
To get
I'm
this
not gonna
in.
lie. It's not the easiest thing to do. I'll give Joe that because well, he's a pro at doing all that kind of thing. Doesn't make a difference, does it?
Right, so that's the space we were building in, and we're going over there. But in the way, of course, is the loft hatch. That is
I'm not concerned about me falling down. I'm concerned about it hitting
the
the Avengers Tower.
We're just literally around the Avengers Tower. That's the hole you can see as we tap the table. He's going to try and get over there. So, as you can see, the foot straddle again. Do not try this at home, folks.
No, don't be an idiot.
Is what we'd like to say. But he is now, as you can see, full straddle over the top.
And we're out.
And he is nearly in there.
Yeah, so that's exactly
We've got the width.
what it was going to be like. Question is, do we have it closer out? Closer off that, so a little bit further away.
Further away, go. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, because you want to get a couple of modulars visible underneath on there, don't you? There we go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. So we measured the gap. We knew we did all the maths last week, turning the tables. We knew we needed at least 77 centimetres, and I'd say we've got a good at least 87 there. So we have measured that.
Yeah, that
like
works.
a pair of pros, effectively.
Yeah, that does the trick. So, yeah, because obviously it's the same height. We've gone Kallax to Kallax, so the table is slightly different. It's higher than the table. We know that. So I'm going to leave that.
The gap will be able to define that, won't it? So that's okay.
I'm going to leave the gap on purpose. Not I'm going to try and squeeze it. In. If there was a casualty.
See, we're level with the Ninjago on the back. Whoa, he's nearly gone there. Nearly called him on the camera.
Jesus
just
Christ.
saved it. There we are.
I love the fact that instead of him trying to grab me, he just decided to take a step back and see if I was going to fall.
I had to get the shot in.
That's not the first time that's happened with me in a ladder and somebody not actually reacting. So now this is proof on camera that the boy freezes. Right, so we are in, we are done, and of course we're going to have double depth for each display. Now getting the one in the bottom is going to be a little bit tricky, but you are going to see the one at the bottom when you come up the loft ladder, so that's basically for me to see. So we will
get a good shot even over the front half of that. You'll get a nice shot of.
to be honest,
the
yeah.
Camera.
And then with the camera.
From where I can see the back half.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
One as well.
Yeah, that's it, exactly that. So it's and don't forget, all of this is extra space.
Literally.
everything that we've just put in is extra. So we need to give Jay some space, which means, of course, I'm going to have to carry on going over the loft hatch. So we have to get Rivendell. This is where the Rivendell display is going to go. So we are thinking eyeball up top, actual Rivendell in the middle. I say Rivendell display, Lord of the Rings display, Rivendell in there, and then the Shire beside it. And then we've got space for the bottom for future antics, which is exciting, which we think we know what we're going to put in there, but that will happen probably maybe in either next upload or this. I don't know if we can do it in this.
I think that was going to be part 3. The next episode.
Yeah, because it's all going to be a big move in part 3. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what's easier for us with spacing, and I think we'll trip over ourselves if we do it too soon. So what we do need to do is actually move the Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings needs to move.
And the carousel is just going to get... What I'm going to do is, I think for now...
If we move the Lord of the Statue of Liberty, couldn't get my words out, is that is going to live on there.
Yeah, that is going to live on there.
Direct a Lego movie.
Yeah,
Get that in position first, and carousel can take that place.
Okay. We can either put the carousel... Well, no, we don't want to put the carousel there. We're going to put the carousel on the Kallax in case it doesn't work over there.
Yeah.
And it's out of the way then, so we can just move it once. So, right. Ow! We can do this.
I don't know if we've actually explained on camera what the plan is with this one, actually. So
Explain, because we did it in part 1, and then we got a bit carried away, because part 1 and part 2 was literally about 45 seconds apart from each other in our time. Maybe a few days for your time, but do explain, Jay. Explain the three-parter.
Yeah, three-parter. So we started off with, say, with Jurassic Park, making a bit of room for JP, an actual theme park and a theme park. It makes sense. Now, Matt has a thing, you see, for the Barad-dûr, the Eye of Sauron, the Lord of the Rings eyeball, and he links that, though, to more of the Lego Batman movie franchise, because it does a bit of an invasion at the end of that film. Also, related to a Lego movie, of course, is the set he's literally moving right now, which is the Statue of Liberty set. What's it actually officially called?
Yeah, it's called Apocalypseburg.
Apocalypseburg, there we are. So that, oh yes, that again links to a Lego movie. So this top becomes a Lego movie tribute and his mixing the Lord of the Rings together. So you've got two themes in one, and that fits, as Matthew likes to say, like a glove.
It does. It fits in nicely. That looks quite nice there. So I think what we're going to end up doing, obviously we'll have a bit of a mess around with it, but
the gap as well,
it hides the gap. So that's why I've tried to angle it that bit. But what I don't want to do is block the Ninjago off.
No.
So the fact that it doesn't make a difference now if the eyeball goes here,
yeah,
all the way over facing forward, this bit is just going to be base plated, because I don't want something big in front of the Ninjago. So I think Jay can now see, after he's paid attention to this Ninjago, that Ninjago City is one of the most beautiful sets ever made. It just is. I mean, if you built this one and you weren't happy with it, that one, I'm telling you, is one of the most gorgeous detailed builds with regards to the signage on the side that you can just flip out. You can put different bits in. Don't forget, it's fully modular as well. It's got a working cash point. It's got all sorts of different bits and pieces in. You've got a full-blown comic store on the outside, and then you've got all of the beautiful water that wraps around. And if you take a look over, they all connect at the back. All three of them connect at the back with the water. And then, what you guys and girls don't know in the second part, but what you would have seen in the first part, the new Ninjago set is already here. So it's already here. So that'll be built very, very soon. So there's going to be an expansion in part number 3 for Ninjago. So that is a very long-winded way round of saying, yes, you are in part 2 of a 3-part special. So if you didn't catch the first part, go back to the first bit and you understand a little bit more of what's going on. Now, carousel needs to be moved to give Jay some space, but I think it might be easy to move. Is it going to be easy to move the Rivendell first or the carousel?
Maybe we move the carousel first. So we bring it out.
Take that out. So for ease, I'm going to put the carousel up on top, because I can't be bothered to break my neck putting it on the bottom shelf.
Use this to
well, you put the track in the way now.
Yeah, so you're just gonna go.
I don't know if it can actually be picked up anymore. So just hold it like a pizza. Oh, there you go. Traditional. Another piece falls off every time you pick it up. It's not meant to be moved, and I've moved this now. It's double digits. Oh dear Lord. Double digits.
There we go, we got the shot. Excuse the hand in front of the camera, everybody, but we have the shot straight through the Avengers Tower on top of the Sanctum Sanctorum, and yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing. So yeah, we'll make use of the space. Oh. So I don't know what you've just seen, because Jay's massive fingers somehow actually stopped the recording.
There's a lovely screenshot somewhere we've got.
Until I know where we stopped.
I think you just dropped the carousel down, and we got a lovely screenshot.
Yeah, so I don't even know how he's managed to do that, because yeah, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but the carousel isn't going to be staying there. That is going to be the Lord of the Rings eyeball. And what I was just about to say with the tape measure is we have got the opportunity potentially to put the eyeball where Apocalypseburg is at that angle, and then the Apocalypseburg just goes over to the left hand side, so it's a little bit closer to the Joker Manor, because at the moment we're going to go DC Lord of the Rings DC, which is absolutely fine. It makes that works really nicely there, because obviously you can see the Statue of Liberty. I can see Jay in the background just very, very kindly checking the length. Yes, I thought he knew the length off by heart.
I don't know the height. It's in a 90cm range. So height. 90. Oh no, it's not. You're right. It's a bit lower. 83 centimeters or 33 inches. 33 inches is the height of Barad-dûr.
33
inches is the height
That is the height of what we are looking at.
Have we got enough?
So it won't even fit the front. Is it really that tall?
Yeah, 83 centimetres. Yeah, it's just a little bit more than the view. Are we going to be scuppered by...
That might be tight. Might have to bring this forward for it to go on.
Okay.
We
do have a little bit of forward space, so I think we're just...
We could bring it
just
forward.
about okay then.
It'll be tight. So yeah, my idea of it going where it was, it won't go there then. So it can only go in the middle. Really. See, the roof is very, very deceiving. It looks like you've got loads and loads and loads of space.
45 in width.
Don't.
45 in width.
40 for the width isn't a problem. The height might be a bit of an issue. But I think you've got a good few inches here, which I can just bring this all the way forward, which might be a safer option for me to actually do, because that way I can just reach in a little bit easier. But that will be a new problem for a different day. What we're going to do now is we're going to get the Lord of the Rings in, and I'm going to put that on the second tier. Again, it's not a full-blown display at the moment. It's just going to be slotted in, and then obviously you can keep your eyes peeled for adding a base plate thing. Basically what we're doing now, I got this in rough and ready, and then from there it was where it was. Now this thing terrifies me every time I take anything off this. There we go.
You might want to detach the tree just before you...
Oh, I've got to detach something now. It tells me that after it's in both hands. So this is where I'm now going to...
You might have to place it on top and just work with a bit of tree magic.
That's my ass. We are in with the tree.
You're in with the tree.
Yeah, it flops over.
With the tree.
It flops over.
With the tree.
Yeah, so we've got loads of space. Right, I've just figured out what Jay has been doing. He's actually been physically turning the camera off, because he didn't realise it's actually touchscreen on the back, so it goes black.
All
after
these
60
GoPros,
seconds.
I just use my mobile phone, people. Much easier.
Dear Lord.
There we are. But you were literally right in position, so we...
So yeah,
we've got a bit of lighting in there. Would look quite nice. I'm already thinking about a lighting kit. I can
so we'll get the next piece round here, but I don't know if we're going to go full width with this thing.
You are going to have a slight angle. Yeah, it's going to be a slight angle.
But then the shy goes in front.
Yeah, so I'm potentially thinking.
But you can go all the way.
I think you might have to go far to your left-hand side with that piece. Yeah. And then with a slight diagonal facing towards me on the back end, so we can then curve the rest in, but we'll see.
Well, grab the next bit for me.
As the pieces
I'll take that. Before he breaks the flipping camera again. Realising it's an on-off button rather than anything else. So he's going to carry that one like a pizza. Just grab the blue paste plate with it. It's just...
Yeah, we'll a little bit closer.
I can take it off. So Jay's now understanding the joys of trying to move all these things and how difficult it actually is to do. So when we have these brainstorming sessions every few weeks...
That tree looks a bit lethal, we'll take them.
I do like the back of the Marvel buildings as well. I think they do look quite effective. Right, thanking you, sir, kindly, very much.
Tree's literally on by it.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
Oh, jiggle.
Yeah, it's not safe. Right, so we'll figure out what we're going to be doing with all of these. But this has never had a home. Now there is the third bit, yeah.
I now have it in my hands.
But the third bit, this isn't going to fit, is it?
It's going to kink around, so what you have to do.
Well, no, I'm going to have to not be able to clip it in, because it won't work. I can't kink it with all three connected. Because of the angle of the one in the middle. I know it's very dark for the camera, but it's actually quite bright in person, so with a couple of lights in. So this one's a bit buggered. I'm just pushing this back to see how far back it would be like. In fact, what I'll do, I might as well just bring it to the front, so you guys and girls can actually see, and I'm going to leave it at the front until we figure out what's what. So I'm going to pass the camera over to the cameraman without turning it off.
He's worked out now to tap the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Tap the screen. I don't know why you need to see through the screen to see where you're pointing it at.
See, the shot was correct.
Oh dear. Yeah, so that is not going to fit with that. So we're either going to have a 2 and a 1, and this one step back or step forward, basically.
Maybe if you put the two roof pieces together, because they are.
Yeah.
So
that's what I tend to do.
Yeah, because that looks.
This one's standing.
Yeah, that would make sense because they do kind of go together, don't they?
Yeah, so that would go like
so.
like that. But yeah, that won't fit. It would have.
Oh, could you angle the whole set it diagonal?
to- it would
That's what I
have
was
to
kind
be.
of thinking. Was
Yeah,
I
it'd
was
have to
trying
be
to.
a full. Oh my days! How?
He is
how
standing,
does
I
this
say,
thing-
in this loft position, as you can see.
That just falls.
As we achieve this display, I'll come around the side there so you can see.
That's it all together.
So what angle?
That's it.
That you couldn't go any further back with that angle.
Well, I could do. I could go
We
back.
just have a look to see what. Then could we work out if we could fit the. Oh, we can.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
because
Then.
it's already in.
That is what I was envisioning. It's a slight angle, and then there you go. And the Shire goes straight in front.
There we
Yeah.
go. So that's
you
apparently
can
what he was
fit together.
envisioning.
Yeah,
Like,
because I say a slight kink. I knew the set curved in the edge. There was.
I am horrible. You have to watch that back, Jay. Does the waterfall fit in here?
Yeah, the back. You could go behind.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, probably.
Oh, see, making use of the waterfall. But no, that is basically it's going to be a very, very nice display underneath there. Yeah, waterfall underneath, Shire there. This is obviously just been thrown in very, very roughly, and then we will. Yeah, hopefully we should have the. Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fits in, no problem at all. So, I took the lights down, didn't I? Bit silly. Yeah, that just attach. That goes in that way. That goes in that way. There we go. So you guys and girls can actually see what we're looking at. It's always difficult because you never know what the camera picks it up like until you edit it. But that, I think, is going to look like a dream at that angle.
I've been waiting for years to try and fit that waterfall in somewhere.
There we go, look at that. Bugger. Yeah, because we can't put the green tiles down the green base plates down anyway, because we're not going to have enough of them. But that is basically in rough, which I don't think you can say it looks too bad.
That works well, doesn't it? That is.
I think that looks nice.
The vision coming together.
Well, we have got, if we want to add more foliage, we've got the A-frame trees.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need a home, aren't they?
Yeah. We can get
So
those.
currently, it depends if we're going to use the A-frame trees in the JP display, or we're going to put it in here. It's just two bits, and you've got the bit that's just falling down the loft hatch. You've got massive chunky fingers, Jay, and he just rips it all apart.
Big hands.
Don't even know what you've knocked
A
off
leaf.
that. Knocked a leaf. It's filthy. So yeah, we could. I suppose that could actually work around the Shire, couldn't it? These bits.
Yeah.
We could just have that forward like so. The nice thing is about this is obviously it's on the Technic things, but these, in case you didn't actually realise, these bits actually connect together. That's actually how it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
I've always had it separate just to make it a little bit easier for display, but potentially now might be the perfect opportunity to keep all of those together, hide the bit that's broken.
Yep. Yeah.
And yeah.
That's through those little accident of it falling down.
Yeah, no, exactly that.
A blessing in disguise.
That is, and that's actually a little lamp that they've, and that's the lamp from the A-frame cabin rather than so that actually isn't too bad. Looks right then.
You might get a screenshot out of that.
Yeah, but bright it up, get a nice screenshot. But yeah, because obviously this could obviously easily come out and just be added to here. So we can, if we want.
Plenty of room if you want a Shire.
Yeah, that's it. So loads of room for
Or it's
Shire.
the A-frame cabin if you don't want a Shire, I suppose.
No, exactly that. But that'll just be there for now. We've got all of this space. We'll get the base plates down, and then we'll be adding a display underneath here later on. Right. So that is what we're going to be doing in the third part as well. That kind of thing, but on a much, much larger scale. So Jay now should have a little bit of space.
A little bit of space, which is tidy.
I'm going to move some other bits out of the way. So Jay's going to take over. I'm going to just basically work around him because there's plenty of space up here, but it's because we spun the tables
A few
round.
bits I think belong to the carousel.
Yes, please, sir.
think
They are indeed. That is a full rebuild of the carousel.
like. I think this, I'm going to guess that's carousel as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. No, it's not. That's actually Joker Manor.
Oh, Joker Manor.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
It's on the back.
You do find that
Separate-
sort of horror
separate
set you
queue
go
line.
over there.
Yeah, separate queue line for that.
Right, so some spare pieces in the bag. And then we will see what we can do space-wise. Yeah.
Track. Let's get the girth out of the way.
We've got some nice 2x1 grey tiles there.
Yeah.
They'll come in handy. Clump of mini bits. Bit of the Spider-Man No Way Home set I recognise there.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff all over the place.
Get those out the Jurassic Park area.
Because this is all from the spinning table.
There's Barney Rubble. The Flintstone stands out there.
Yeah, he's been neglected his home for a little while.
Harley Quinn and Winnie the Pooh, what a combination. There we go. What looks to me to be a bit of the roof of the Snow White Cottage.
There's potential.
I would take a guess at it if I was a betting man. We're nearly there. Well, I think that Rivendell turned out quite good.
Yeah, surprising actually. That's
There you go.
It's gone from not having a home to.
It was potentially on the chopping block.
It was.
We've rescued it. For those of you who don't know, yes, I'm a little obsessed with Lord of the Rings. So, I did make you do a bit of a rewatch the other day as soon as they announced the Shire. Watch that opening 30 minutes so you can see some of the bits I hope to be in that set.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it at the moment. So Joe's messing around with that track. I think that will work really well because I'm now out of the way. So we just need to get some more lighting on there. It will obviously be base plated. What colour base plates we use? Guessing maybe green. Yeah, that with the Shire. Because because these are so deep, I can actually spread this out a little bit more as well. Because that lot of trees are now nowhere near that next bit. It just depends if we want to cover the tables or chairs, which I think, to be honest, as a bit of an Easter egg, looks quite nice, kind of hidden behind the trees, which is very much like what the film is. And then we've got all of this side to do in the next bit. So Jay's torpedoing through. So how are you thinking of doing this switch track with regards to the gates?
Well, I think we'll...
Are the gates out? Keep going about this. Are the gates going to be angled or straight?
Well, I don't think we're going to connect the switch track. We're going to lead this as a path in to the gates.
It's a path to nowhere.
Which I think we're going to do. It's Dr. Alan Grant there, he's just showing. Right, so we go with our green base platage in.
We have got more green as well.
So,
will it help you putting the box against the back so we can see how much of the box we can see? And that is a ridiculously fragile thing. So,
literally, I know, yeah.
Yeah, you breathe on that and it falls apart. In case you're wondering, the side, it looks like it's falling apart. It has, but the pieces were with it. So yeah. I will refine that. Yeah, there's one long length and there's another length somewhere else. So they're all together, so it's fine. It's fully complete with the minifigures. Beautiful looking thing. But I don't know if it's going to have to be straight or angled. That is the...
So you can go... Well, we can now make some judgments, I suppose.
Yeah. So I'm going to get the box because I think the box is going to be key. I'm going to put you down a little bit lower so you get a bit of an understanding. I'm going to lift it up and over for Jay. He's made that really awkward for me because he's actually put the bloody gates in. Oh, he's put the box in. So this is depth. Well, we're going by depth and probably the height as well, to be honest. It's probably not far off. It's just longer.
Yeah.
So that's actually one time. The box is actually coming handy. So
got the gates.
Yeah, the gates are fantastic. Now don't forget the gate's open. He's now just ruined my mechanism. So there's a switch at the back.
Oh, there's a switch, is there?
This Lego amateur.
There's a...
You and your toy got a...
Watch him press the switch and it explodes.
No, it's a twizzle.
A twizzle?
Yeah, see?
There you go.
So we can have them either fully open. I don't know if it looks more impressive fully open or slightly shut or what.
A little bit of... There you go. Yeah, that's the half.
We can only go there, 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 there.
A little bit more.
Ooh.
Yeah, there. So
right, so now you can see through. So you can see through.
We could pull it straight, but just because of the king of the table, I didn't want to break it, so we'll put it full forward.
No, it doesn't matter, does it?
Then we can get it literally.
So that's the three big things.
Lift it up. Well, yeah. I think because you've used the curve track then we had into a straight, and you've got all your separate zones then for your other.
Yeah.
Your other sets, I think.
Because we've got something in the corner, the thing can go there. I think we're going to have to put another bit of water beside the water coaster because I think
if you want angled, you could angle and then get the piece of curved.
I think, to be honest, straight might be as nice. I don't know. I do like it angled, but
yeah, your angle would be just change your track.
I just don't know if that now blocks off more of the thing at the back. I think I see less of the box now.
Quite like straight.
Yeah. Go for straight. If it's going to be angled, it has to be angled the other way, I think, towards the Joker Manor, so it actually opens the middle of the table up because of the T-Rex. The good thing is that it can obviously be changed by a little bit of the track.
There we go.
Every single
across in there.
Yeah.
Touching out.
Yeah, that looks nice. Got plenty of studded space. She's dead.
She's dead.
Kill her.
And he started with a pooey feet. She's got there.
Yeah. Kill that.
You put Alan Grant in there. You could have a bit of time.
Yeah, they're all. That's the whole,
Hammond.
That's all the figures from it.
There is a. Get some of them going on. Oh, he's Nedry's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, they're all there. That works. Green. So what we need to do now is get the rest of the green down. So we need 2 greens to go underneath the actual gates, don't we? I think that's the correct place to put the gates.
Yeah. What was that?
So we're going to have what? 4 green and water. So it's 4 more green and some water.
4 more green, and you have to get some half-size plates or with overhang at the back eventually.
Maybe grey, because it's on a grey stand.
It's on a black stand actually.
Oh, I've got black base plates.
I think the black stand.
We could put black as a full strip across the back.
It's nice. It might look nice for the green, so it continues there, and that's like an outdoor statue, maybe.
Okay. Well, I'll pass you some.
We'll see.
Pass you some other base plates. Some there.
Some green. 1 more green, that'll do.
We've got blue.
1 more blue.
There should be. I think there's a green somewhere, but I don't know where. There. Got a few more.
There we go. I'll do it, I think.
That's it. We're out of greens. Officially out of greens. I've got a load of white.
A bit of white. A lot of snow. Been snowy in Jurassic Park recently. There is a.
Is there white used in Jurassic World?
Right. So we need to buy some more green. You're going to need more green for Rivendell. So
yeah,
pack of 12 green, I think, coming up soon would be. Right.
We're going to have green underneath the roller coaster as well.
Lay these in. Those in. Now he's got the box in my way.
Yeah, it serves him. Serves him right.
You have to do a bit of a touch in because of the slight gig on the table. I say, trying to put a few bits of bits like that down, greenery down to make some layering.
Well, no, it's not that. Like I said before, the table's on level.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I need to drop the legs on the other table, don't I?
Right.
So that's what it is. The table, the back table's taller than the front table. That is your problem.
I don't think I can stretch any further, but you get the idea.
You do get the idea. So I'm going to have to stretch. I've got to put them in. They've got to go down anyway. So I will stretch.
You will stretch.
So Jay's taller than me, but I'm more flexible.
Yes.
So I will trade you, sir.
One of them
for that. Don't drop it.
A bit of room is tracking the way though.
Is that hitting that, is it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit of random track we left in the way.
Oh, when it goes wrong, we left it. When it goes right, Jay did it. Am I hitting?
Yeah, you got to go underneath the track slightly. A bit of a lift job.
I'm literally fisting the Jurassic Park gates.
There you go. Something you didn't think you'd see on the YouTube today.
Fisting the gates. No. It's clean. There's no poop there. Right, so level on the outer edge.
A bit of a shuffle eventually.
Yeah, that's it. I think so. Yeah,
that's
it. When the big one goes in, they can all get put down properly.
That back for your spacing.
So I would say that's everything going in Jurassic Park that I've got currently.
I think that's been 2 uploads to achieve it, but I think the vision has come to life, ladies and gentlemen. Here.
Yes, that works really, really well. So we're going to get the older Jurassic Park vehicles. Now we have got 2 options. We either have them. I personally think we should make full-blown displays of everything going wrong, and the ride is seeing it all going wrong. I think that'd be the best thing. And then I'm going to have to come up with a path idea, because there's a queue line at the front of this one, there, obviously, so we can have something on here, or we have this covered with little dinosaurs and it's actually been attacked. I'm not too sure, because we could have just this bit in a straight line as an actual part of a normal working theme park, so you've got the path in front of it, and then the other side is actually all to do with the track, and that's where it's all going wrong as a ride. Because in a lot of the theme parks in America and the places like that, they actually do take you out of the ride, and then you actually see something else in the same part of the land, and you come back in again. So potentially the ride could start at the switch track and finish at the head of what is going to be the new T-Rex, and this is just a normal diorama in front of it. Or we go from there. But Jay's cooking something.
We've got a lot of room for all those sets, because we've seen already, what, 4 decent sized sets for the new film coming up.
Yeah.
And then you've got the backtracking on the original sets as well. So I think you've actually got the space literally for all of them.
Yeah, I think so.
I like to spend his budget, because
yeah, I think they're all go in, but it just depends on the idea of what we then try and approach, because the track is going to be vehicles. Now, potentially we could add, if we wanted to really split it up and we were just having the track as the way to get around, we could add another bit of track coming all the way around that way and connecting over there somewhere, so we could have different vehicles going different everywhere, and it's just a tour of what Jurassic Park used to look like.
Yeah.
And then we don't add in, if we add in any footpaths, they're all overgrown, they're all derelict, like it is in
little bushes and things you can get.
So if you've seen Jurassic World, which is, it's all right, I think it's all right, because I like the fact how it plays tribute and homage to the original Jurassic Park, because I didn't really, well, see, you soon find out, spoiler, that Jurassic World's built on top of the original Jurassic Park. So when they go underneath, that bit when they go underneath where it's all derelict and all battered and you find all the broken pieces because it's just been neglected, is the kind of thing I think would be quite cool from a ride perspective, and you see it on nice shiny new vehicles. So if that was the case, we could potentially add in a little bit more track just going off, you know, in different places, and this is just a rundown coaster. Or the other option is the coaster works fully, and then this is just its own ride separately, and then we just do, I don't know, maybe just 2 tiles of something in front. But
and we've got maybe tiling on the track, maybe brown or green on the actual pieces of tracks, and
I think that'd be a
tile that and blend it into the.
I think that might be a good call, because we've got plenty of spare straights.
Yeah.
So we have got stuff that we could potentially add in and tweak, which we'll think about probably off camera, I think. But yeah, we might have an option of, if this is just going to be a full-blown derelict land, we could add in more track and then just get all the other little bits and pieces to fit. And then it's just, we'll have vehicles everywhere. So we have one vehicle over there, one vehicle that way, one vehicle that way. And it's just how you get it's just how you get around, because it's just basically going back to what Jurassic Park used to look like. And again, from a story of a theme park, that is the kind of things that they do as well. So we will figure that out. But I think for this upload, I think Jay's nodding in agreement.
Here we are.
That is it, and we are done. So this is part 2 of a 3-part special, because obviously he is now with me for a little bit longer before we both got to shoot off. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Comments below if you think this should be a derelict land with the track as the ride, or we kind of half and half it with a footpath in front of the loop coaster, and the coaster is an actual working thing. Either way, I think it's going to look quite good. But Jay, where can they find you?
You can find me right here on YouTube at Jay's Toy Collection for all things action figures and occasional Lego as well. This idiot collects everything.
He does indeed, and he is definitely an absolute idiot and a moron to add to that as well. So he's just dug himself into it.
You've seen it in that one with the camera shots, and this one with
that's it. He's
made all that editing.
Added nightmares. He's made me do a lot more editing that I didn't need to do. But again, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one.